Hey guys, welcome to our last day of Rocky Railway VBS, where we are trusting Jesus to pull us through life's ups and downs. Let's get up and sing our theme song and get our day started.
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us whole and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. We stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you.
No, just stay there. I've got it. No, it's fine. I'm taking care of it. Just stay there. Ah!
Wow, Cam, you seem really steamed up. Oh, it seems like he's really going off the rails.
You're not helping.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a train engineer thing. You wouldn't understand.
Oh, yeah? Try me. I bet I can track right with you.
Really? You're going to have to stop with the train jokes.
Okay, I'm listening.
Well-
But one more. I'm all engine ears. Okay, I'm listening.
Fine. Well, so two people usually drive a steam engine. The engineer and the fireman.
A fireman? Like with a big red truck and a Dalmatian?
No, not like that. Like a fireman on a train engine is the person who shovels the coal and throws it into the fire to make all the steam.
Oh, okay. I'm tracking so far.
Anyway, we got a new fireman on my crew, and he is driving me crazy. He never ever stops talking. All it ever is, hey Cam, how you doing? I'm doing well. Hey, what's your favorite color? Mine's purple. Hey, you seem really old. How old are you? Oh, you're so old. Were you there when the train was invented? Hey, you want to hear a train joke? What do you call a train that's carrying bubble gum? A choo-choo train. That's so funny. Hey, why aren't you laughing, Cam? You don't like me, Cam. I don't think you like me. Well, that's okay. I'm going to make you like me. You want to hear another train joke? Why was the train so good at his job? Because he's in training.
Shh. Cam, it doesn't sound like you're being very nice to this person. It kind of sounds like you're making fun of them.
You just don't understand what it's like to be constantly interrupted when you're trying to work.
Oh, I think I have a pretty good idea of what that's like. Cam, being loving to others is so important. And if you're having a hard time being a good friend, you can ask Jesus for help. Jesus' power helps us be good friends.
Yeah, but what if someone just won't stop talking?
Jesus' power helps us be good friends. You should talk to Jesus, pray to him, and ask him for patience, and for the eyes to see this new crew member the way Jesus sees him. Maybe this guy's lonely. Maybe he needs someone to talk to. You never know what someone's going through. And sometimes the people who annoy us the most are the ones who need our friendship the most.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I'll have some time on this long haul on our next journey to practice being a good friend. I'm going to need the power of Jesus. Would you mind praying with me before I go?
Of course I will. We'll wrap up here and then we can pray together before you go on your trip. And who knows, maybe Jesus put this guy on your crew so that you can show him Jesus' love like no one else.
Me? A job only I can do?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, I'm going to finish putting the supplies together for our next trip and then I'll come right back here so we can pray.
Okay, sounds good.
Welcome back to Bible Adventures. When I got here today, I found that someone had decorated for a party, but I don't know why. Today we're discovering how Jesus' power helps us be good friends. Let's say that together. Jesus' power helps us be good friends. Since we're all good friends, let's play a quick game. I'll call out a description, and if it describes you, you raise your hand. Raise your hand if you have a pet cat. Raise your hand if you like broccoli. Raise your hand if you're wearing shoes. Raise your hand if you're wearing orange. I noticed you didn't all raise your hands. Some of you were left out. That doesn't always feel so good, does it? Today we're learning that Jesus' power helps us be good friends. Let's say that together. Jesus' power helps us be good friends. In our game, everyone was hoping to raise their hand to be part of the group. Jesus' first followers, the first Christians, were a group. But they didn't try to keep anyone out. They invited everyone in. After Jesus died and came back to life, he went back to heaven. His followers and friends told as many people as they could about Jesus. You heard a little about that with Peter and John's adventure, and then those people told people, and those people told people, and those people told people. Well, you get the picture. Pretty soon, lots of people believed in Jesus. In the Bible, Acts 2:42 says, they spend their time in learning from the apostles, taking part in the fellowship and sharing the fellowship meals and prayers. Jesus' power made those believers good friends, and they wanted everyone else to join them and become friends of Jesus too. A heart is a symbol of good friendship, and you've become my friends this week. When we give our hearts to our friend Jesus, we get a lot of other friends too. We get each other. Jesus said that when we treat each other as friends, that shows other people who don't know him yet that he is real. When we are friends together, it sends a signal that Jesus is with us and that we know him. It's a signal that others can see. Our friendships matter. and remember what we've discovered about the power of Jesus. Thank you again for joining me this week for Bible Adventures. Bye-bye.
It has been so fun to have everyone riding the rails virtually with us here at Rocky Railway. A long time ago, trains were the best way to take a long trip. Man, have you been on a super long trip before? I'm thinking one of the longest trips that I went on is a couple summers ago. We drove all the way from Bernie, Texas, all the way straight north to North Dakota, where we camped on the border between North Dakota and Canada. That was a very long trip. We drove for over 2 days in the car. But once we got there, we got to do a lot of hiking, sightseeing. We got to check out the International Peace Garden. It was really cool. All week long, we've been celebrating Jesus' power and God's awesomeness by sharing some God sightings. God sightings are just evidence of God. We see them here at church, at school, at home, at the park, at the pool, everywhere. Take a moment, turn and talk, and tell about a God sighting that you've seen, maybe today, yesterday, or even just this past week. You know, we can trust Jesus that his Father, God, is at work all around us everywhere we go. This week, we have learned some incredible truth from the Bible. For example, on day 1, we met Ramsey. This tough guy helps us to remember that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. See, I'm still trying to remember everything, guys. On day 2, we met Ava, a majestic bird who helps us to remember that Jesus' power gives us hope. Trust Jesus. On day 3, we met Sierra. This lovely mountain lion helps us to remember that Jesus' power helps us to be bold. Trust Jesus. And yesterday, we met Finn, a fantastic, terrific trout. Finn helps us to remember that Jesus' power lets us live forever. Trust Jesus. Hey, you know, we've got one more buddy to meet, but I'm going to let him introduce our Bible points. So let's pay attention and check out who our new Bible buddy is.
I heard everyone was steaming ahead with the last day of Rocky Railway. Glad you're here. I'm Lawrence Elk, not a moose, not a ram, but an excellent elk. Male elks are called bulls, and me and my bull buddies like to hang out way up in the Rocky Mountains. In the winter, we move down where we can find grass. But in the spring and summer, we head for the hills. It's important that we stick together with the herd. Some elk herds are as big as 400 friends. Although my antlers are big and strong, female elk or babies don't have these, and a hungry bear is hard to fight off. Speaking of these amazing antlers, they are pretty incredible if I do say so myself. Sometimes they come in handy when other herds get too close to mine, or I need to show another bull that I'm in charge. Yeah, sometimes we butt heads, even in our happy herd. But I try not to get too attached. Literally, they fall off every year and I grow a new set. How cool is that? God also gave me a unique power to help me communicate with the herd. That's called bugling. It's a little like roaring and whistling at the same time. It keeps my herd close together where we can be safe. Our herd even has scouts, a few elk who stand watch while others graze. We have to look out for each other. Do you have friends who look out for you? Friends you like to call out to when you're sad or silly, happy or hurting? Or do you sometimes butt heads with your buddies? Maybe you need the power to forgive and love a friend when you're not getting along. You don't have to do that all by yourself. Jesus gives you his power to help be a good friend. Jesus gave this powerful command in the Bible. Love each other in the same way I have loved you. If you're butting heads with your buddies and not getting along, you can trust Jesus' power and follow his words. Jesus' power helps us be good friends. Trust Jesus.
Welcome back to KidVid Cinema. I can't believe it's our last day together. Have you guys enjoyed our virtual VBS, Rocky Railway? I think it's been so much fun. I've had so much fun doing KidVid Cinema with you this week, and so much fun meeting our new friends on the videos. We have one more video, our last KidVid Cinema, so let's watch together and see who we will meet.
Hi, I'm Renee and I'm 10 years old.
Hi, I'm Alina and I'm 11 years old.
Renee and Alina are great friends, and they live in the beautiful desert of southern Arizona. They love to hang out and be silly together. Their friendship has grown after they both joined an arts ministry at their church.
Ensus Manos is a creative art ministry. We do puppets, we do shows, we do skits and stuff like that.
And sus manos is Spanish for in his hands. It's an art ministry that uses performance to share the love of God. There is dancing, acting, and music.
My favorite thing about performing is probably looking at the end, looking at all the kids all smiling and laughing and liking it.
Sometimes performances are serious, and sometimes they're fun and silly. Regardless of being silly or not, one thing is true. Being a part of Ensus Manos has brought the entire team closer together.
This puppet ministry helped us become better friends. And it's not just me and her,
Like other people.
a lot more. Basically the whole group. Our group, before, we were all friends, we were chill, but now we're really, really good friends. And we're always hanging out, we're always laughing, making jokes.
Jesus has used the ministry to bring the team together. This team of friends help each other to do the best they can to share God's love.
My friends, they helped me not be nervous because they were doing it too and they were nervous, but at the same time they supported us.
I was with my friends and I knew a lot of people from church, so was it that scary anymore?
Serving Jesus together has helped Alina and Renee become great friends, but they both know who the best friend is: Jesus.
He's one of our bestest friends ever.
He is.
Yeah.
Renee and Alina know that Jesus' power helps us be good friends.
Jesus helps me make friends. God knows that I'm doing this whole ministry for him, and so it just helped me become better friends with people. So he helped me be friends with a lot of people, but still worship him and praise him.
In the Bible, in the book of John, chapter 15, verse 12, it says, "Love each other in the same way I have loved you."
Jesus loved us all equally, so we should love everybody because as he says in the Bible, we're all brothers and sisters and love your enemies.
Jesus' power helps us be good friends.
What a good story, a good video we got to watch about being good friends. In your life, what do you look for in a good friend? For me, I look for someone who is kind and fun to be around. That's what I like in a friend. But something I've found in my life is that friendships don't always turn out the way and as well as the relationship that Renee and Alina have. Sometimes you think someone is a good friend, but then something happens to change your mind. Maybe the person you thought that was a good friend talked behind your back or made fun of you, or maybe you hurt a friend's feelings and the friendship ended. You know, having a good and special friend is really special and important, but that doesn't mean friendships are always easy, right? Our Bible point today says that Jesus' power helps us be good friends. Trust Jesus. Will you say that with me? Jesus' power helps us be good friends. Trust Jesus. And we're going to read John 15:12. Read it from your Bible or from your Bible memory buddy with me. John 15:12 says, "Love each other in the same way I have loved you." And that's Jesus talking to us. He's telling us how to be a good friend. Love each other in the same way I have loved you. All week at Rocky Railway, we've been learning about Jesus' power, and today we're discovering that Jesus' power can help us be good friends. I love this Bible verse and the fact that Jesus gives us advice on exactly how to be good friends. He tells us to be like him, doesn't he? He tells us to love each other in the same way that he has loved us. So let's think back to this week about what we've learned and see what we can discover about loving each other like Jesus loves us. On the first day of Kidvid Cinema, we met Dominic. Dominic loved karate, right? And even though it was hard sometimes. But while watching Dominic, we learned that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Helping us do hard things is one way Jesus shows he loves us. So I guess that means that we could be a good friend if we help someone else do a hard thing. And after Dominic, on our day 2 of Kidvid Cinema, we met Annalise, who used her music to give her sick grandmother hope. From Annalise, we learned that Jesus' power gives us hope. Trust Jesus. Jesus shows his love for us by giving us hope. So if we want to be a good friend like Jesus, we can give someone else hope. How could you give a friend hope? What could you do? Maybe you could make a card for a friend who's sick, telling that friend that you're praying for her. What's another way you could give a friend hope? After Annalise, we met Lauren, who volunteered at her local community food center. She helped us remember that Jesus' power helps us be bold. There were lots of good ideas that y'all had that day of how we could be bold in sharing Jesus. Jesus shows his love for us by helping us be bold. So how could you help a friend be bold? Remember in our video today, we heard how Renee and Alina helped each other not be nervous before a performance. So that's one way you could help a friend be bold. Maybe praying for a friend, give them boldness to give them boldness. What's a way that you could help a friend be bold? Okay, and then yesterday we met Isaac, who knows that he'll be seeing his brother Joel in heaven someday. Isaac's story can help us remember that Jesus' power lets us live forever. Trust Jesus. Everyone needs to know about Jesus and his incredible love for us. Telling a friend about Jesus is maybe the best thing you could do for a person. I love hearing all your creative ideas about how to be a good friend. Jesus is the best friend of all time. If we listen to him and follow his example, we can be good friends to others. I'm so thankful to have Jesus' friendship in my life.
If there's one thing we can count on, it's that God will never let us down, and we can trust everything he does. He keeps his promises, we know, because, yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust him.
I'll tell you what, it sure looked like those kids were having fun out on those waves. I think on a really hot day like today, being in a raft, maybe in a river and some water, that would be great. I just love singing and dancing with you guys. Even if we have to do it on a video chat screen, we're far away from each other. Hey, Gail, are you there? We have kids headed your way for Imagination Station.
I can't wait.
Yay!
I don't have to wait anymore. Welcome to Imagination Station. I really can't believe it's our last day together. I've had so much fun making discoveries with you this week. Today, we're discovering that Jesus' power helps us be good friends. Trust Jesus. But before we dig into that, I get to ask you something one last time. Did you bring your imagination today? Since it's our last day at Rocky Railway, we need tons of imagination. So maybe you need for me to wear my UP Railroad prop, just so that we all have enough imagination. What do you think? Well, I was talking to my friend Lawrence Elk, and he told me something amazing. Did you know that an elk can weigh as much as 730 pounds? Gosh, I can't even hardly imagine how much that would be. I just hope I never have an elk step on my toe. That would really hurt. Well, anyway, I said, Lawrence, how do you power up to carry all that weight up a mountain? And he told me he eats about 20 pounds of vegetation every single day. Now that we have our imagination sprouting, let's find out today's question. It's time for our last talk starter question. Okay, here we go. How many toes do elk have on each leg? Do they have 2 toes or 4 toes? If you think elk have 2 toes on each leg, you'll hold up the card with the words 2 toes. If you think elk have 4 toes, you'll hold up the card with the words 4 toes. Okay, ready for the drum roll? Ready? And the answer is elk have 4 toes on each leg. Imagine that. Sure has been fun. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Well, I gotta be honest with you. I got that elk question wrong. I'm gonna Google it. I want to see an elk's foot now. All right. Well, let's sing a good one. How about This Train is Bound for Glory?
This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. 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 Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train.
Okay, now let's bring it down.
This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train. Oh, this train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train.
be honest, I think that's my favorite song of the whole week. It's just so much fun. And I really like the big string bass. Do you guys know which one that was? Was the one that looks like a giant violin, was taller than the guy? That's so much fun. I loved it. Okay, Mark, here we come. It's the beginning of the end. It's time for Rocky Wrap-Up.
I got to wear gloves today because I'm going to do something really dangerous. Who here likes danger? I do.
Me.
All right. Welcome to Final Rocky Mountain Wrap-Up. Hold on, I got to get my fingers out here. Welcome to the Final Rocky Mountain Wrap-Up. Our week at Rocky Mountain Railways was full of God sightings this week. We saw God in totally true Bible adventures. We saw it in smiles and praising Him with music. Shout out, shout out inside your own house. Shout out some of the ways you saw God's love and power here at Rocky Mountain Railway this week. I'll wait for you to do so. All right. Today we learned Jesus' power helps us be good friends.
I say. Miss Amy said they're all just love God.
All right. What is one thing that makes someone a good friend?
Just leave it.
One thing. One thing that makes someone a good friend. Well, Jesus is the best friend ever because He shares His power with us. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have got friends that can share power with you, but you got one with Jesus. Today we met Lawrence Elk.
Forever.
He's this guy right here. I remember another Lawrence Elk, but it was spelled a little bit differently, but I digress. Pull your buddy guy out of the Friday bag. Take your little carabiner right here, and you're going to put your little carabiner right on him. There he goes. Jesus' power helps pull us through life's ups and downs. But most important, Jesus' power makes a way for us to be in heaven with Him. Like we saw last night. The train doesn't stop. It pauses, and then it goes on forward when you're with Jesus. You get to keep the journey going. When we first started on the trip on Rocky Mountain Railway, you didn't know many of your crew members. You didn't know many of the people on this screen that you've been watching. But now we're friends. When I look at you guys now, I think these are guys I'm friends with now. Friends with the crew members, the people that did VBS with us. You know, but some of those people, if you were to meet them outside of this virtual reality, you'd actually meet them at church or you meet them in the grocery store. You know, some of these people, they're very different from you and me. But you can laugh, you can pray, you can eat with them, you can travel together. That's Jesus' love and power in action. When we become friends with someone, we might say, well, we've made a connection with that person. So imagine this finger is you. Now, obviously, this is after COVID. And then this finger is somebody else. Think about a fun moment you've had with a friend outside of VBS. That's a connection. It's fun when we make connections with our friends. But sometimes we say things to friends that we don't really mean, and they're things that hurt our friendship. For example, a friend might tell us something that's a little bit not true. And they may leave us out of a game. Or they may say something that hurts our feelings. Those things happen. But when they happen, they can pull a friendship apart. All right, now you're just two individuals. You're not friends anymore. Well, that connection, that's God. That's Jesus. That's what happens when you touch another person, when you become in contact with another person. Again, after COVID. Think of something that happened with a friend that sort of pulled you apart and kind of broke up your friendship. You don't have to say it out loud unless you want to. Remember, kids, Jesus' power helps us be good friends. Trust Jesus. When you're friends with Jesus, you can trust his love and power to be friends who stick together, even when it's really tough. He's inside. He's helping you with those other friends. Jesus' power helps us be good friends. Trust Jesus. And sometimes it can be hard to be a good friend. All right, can you guys see these bottles? Can you see what they say in front of each one? This one says different. This one says new or somebody you don't know. And this one says older. So like somebody that maybe isn't your age, maybe they're a few years older and maybe there's a chance they could bully you. Or maybe there's somebody that's really old and you don't quite know how to talk to them. So this is where we need Jesus's help. What do you guys think we could do with these people that we don't really know or people that we're not really quite sure how to get along with? What kinds of things could we do with those people? Well, if this person's different, or excuse me, if this person's new and you're at school together, you can ask them to have lunch with you. And if this person's different than you, maybe you can ask them a question about themselves. And then this person over here that's older, let's say this is a person that's maybe retired. You can just go up and ask them about their life. That's Jesus's power touching and reaching out to other people. And now you are the power behind Jesus. So those kinds of things kind of give us the steam to do good things for Jesus, right? But I don't think that's enough power. I think we need a little more. Let me see. What can I do to get more power? Hey, let's talk about this guy that's different right here. Let's see if we were to put this inside this bottle, let's see what happens. And then if we've got a person that's new, somebody that you don't know, reach out to Jesus and say, hey, Jesus, let me get to know that guy or that gal. And if somebody's older, a little older, same thing. Let's reach out and let's ask them questions about themselves. Jesus, give me the power to do that. You guys see what's happening? That's the power right there. That's the power of Jesus. Woo! And when I dropped those power packs into the bottles, they created a big, powerful reaction. Can you guys see it? See that reaction? That created steam. And that reaction caused you to react just a little bit at home, didn't it? You guys were probably going, ooh, look at that. That's really cool. What do you think would happen if you used that power to show his love and goodness to the world? Maybe COVID would go along a little better. Maybe people would start wearing their masks like they're supposed to. Maybe the racial tension in the world would ease a little bit. Maybe you'd get along with your sister or your brother a little better. You think that could happen? Okay. It's been a terrific train trek this week, guys, on the Rocky Railway. We've had so much fun exploring Jesus's power and love. I'm thankful for all of you. You've been my God sighting this week. Hearing your beautiful voices, watching you show kindness to each other, and listening to the laughter that we've all been able to share, even though we haven't been able to hear it. When you leave, continue to look for Jesus's power. It'll be there to power you through hard times, giving you hope and courage. Oh, you can't even see me anymore, can you? There's so much steam. There's so much Jesus power. Hey, as we close for the week, we're going to sing one more song before we go. Trust Jesus.
Trust Jesus. All right, guys. Last theme song. Here we go.
I'm afraid of this one.
I'm afraid it's
The little one.
Trust Jesus.
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey. There's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us whole and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey. There's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. We stand together. Your power can pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you.
All right, guys. Well, we've had a wonderful time with everybody this week at Rocky Railway VBS. Let's thank Don and Bob, and Deanna and Gail and Mark and Conductor Bill and Amy for sure, and everyone else who had a hand in putting this together for us. I hope everybody had a great time. Thanks to all those parents and anybody else who might have helped get kids here. And you know what? Thanks to all of you kiddos for coming. We really had a good time seeing you this week, and we're sure going to miss you. But going on out there, remember, trust Jesus. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.